Aloha, my name is Ronnie Corpus, and this is my informal code review for CS499 Computer Science Capstone. For this code review, I will review three artifacts from my previous courses. Each artifact connects to one required category for my final e-portfolio. The first artifact is the Traveler Getaways from my previous course, CS465 Full Stack Development. I will use this for the software design and engineering category. The second artifact is Contact Service from CS320 Software Testing, Automation, and QA. And I will use this for algorithms and data structure category. And the third artifact is the Grazioso Salvare dashboard from my CS340 Advanced Programming Concept. I will use this for database category. The purpose of this code review is to look at the current condition of my code, identify areas for improvement, and explain my planned enhancements. I will not probably go through every line of code, but I will focus on the main files related to each planned enhancement. So first is this one, my Traveler Getaways um, project. So this is the customer page, and yeah, this is the customer page, and this project also includes an Angular admin side. Mhm. The Angular, this is the Angular admin side that allows authorized user to log in and manage trip records. Includes viewing, adding, editing, and deleting trips. This is the main Express application that helps the server and connects the main parts of the application. In this project, the customer-facing side, API side, and admin side are separated, which helps keep the code organized. Um, One strike of this project is the overall structure. The project is not built as one large file. It separates routes, controllers, models, services, and components. Yeah, I'm showing the index.js. The index file handles the API routing. It connects incoming API requests to the correct controller functions. Hmm, This is useful because the route file does not need to contain all the business logic. Um, I put a lot of comments here. just to make sure I remember. And I'm checking whether the route structure is clear and whether the application handles failed requests safely. And now showing the trips.js. This trip controller file handles the main trip functions. This includes reviewing records, finding a specific trip, adding a trip, updating a trip, and deleting a trip. So yeah, this file is important because it controls how the application works with trip data. One area I want to improve is error handling. So if a request fails or bad data is sent, I want the application to return a clear and safer response. Now this is my traveler.js. This file is the Mongoose model for the trip data. It defines structure of the trip record. The trip data includes fields such as trip code, name, length, start start date, resort, price per person, image, and description. For my enhancement, I want to review the schema and improve validation where it needed. Require fields should be checked clearly, so um, this helps prevent incomplete or invalid trip data from being saved. Now let's go to my trip data.ts. So this Angular service connects to the admin side to the API. It sends requests for trip data and support actions like retrieving, adding, and removing and updating trips. So this is another area I want to improve. If the API request fails, the admin user should receive clear feedback and the users should not be left wondering whether the action worked or failed. And showing my authentication service.ts. So this file handles authentication and token behavior. So this project uses JSON web tokens to support protected admin functions. And this is important because only authorized users should manage trip records. For my enhancement, I want to make sure authentication related errors are handled clearly and safely. Okay, let's move on to login.ts. This login file controls the admin login process. The current code allows the admin users to submit login information and access to the admin side after successful authentication. Uh, one improvement I plan to make is better login feedback. If the username or password is missing, the user should see a clear message. If login fails, should it should explain that the login was unsuccessful without exposing unnecessary system details. Uh, it would be better if I show you the login. Ah, it's I'm logged in right now. I'll log out. Right now, I need to probably hide this if I'm logged out. But anyway, when I click login, this I'm gonna enter a wrong password, and this is one of the things that I need to improve. It should show a message that I entered the wrong password or something like unsuccessful. But if I put the correct password, I got this. So it will uh, log me in and show all the trip records. So yeah, and another one is trip add ts. So this file controls the add trip process I showed you earlier. This is one of the main places where validation and user feedback are important. The planned flow is when the admin page opens the login page, the application should check for required login fields. If login succeeds, the token should be stored and the user should be redirected to the trip list. If login fails, the application should show a clear login error message. And if the form is valid, the request should be sent to the API. And if the request succeeds, the application should show success feedback and refresh the trip list. And this is enhancement fits the software design and engineering category because it improves the quality, usability, and reliability of the application. The skills I plan to demonstrate are full stack development, Angular service use, API integration, authentication, handling, validation, error handling, and user-centered design. So this completes my software design and engineering review for my traveler getaways. Next, I will review my contact service project for algorithms and data structures. Next, I will move on to my second artifact, which is the contact service from my previous course, CS320, Software Testing, Automation, and QA. I will use this artifact for algorithms and data structure category. This project is a Java contact management service. It um, allows contacts to be created, stored, updated, retrieved, and delete. The main reason I selected this artifact is because it gives me a clear way to discuss data structure, choices, validation, testing, and trade-offs. So this file defines the contact object, the con oh, sorry. This file, the contact.java, defines the contact object. Each contact has a contact ID, first name, last name, phone number, and address. The contact ID is final, which means it cannot be changed after the contact is created. Contact class already includes validation rules, and for example, the contact ID cannot be null or empty or longer than 10 characters. The first is and last names cannot be null, empty, or longer than 10 characters. And phone numbers must be exactly 10 digits. Um, Next will be contact service.java. So this file manages the contacts. It uses HashMap to store contacts with the contact ID as the key and the contact object as the value. This is important for algorithms and data structure category because HashMap gives a direct way to find, update, or delete a contact using the contact ID. Service includes methods to add a contact, delete a contact, update a contact, and get a contact. So this makes the service simple and focused. At first, I plan to improve this project by adding a hash map, but after reviewing the code, I saw the hash map is already being used. This was, I took this course last year, so I thought I need to improve the hash map. So my updated enhancement will focus on defensive programming and stronger validation, more consistent error handling, and hopefully additional unit testing. And one area I noticed in the add contact method checks if the contact ID already exists, but it does not check whether the contact object itself is null before calling contact get contact ID. If a null contact were passed in, the program could fail with a less controlled error. I also want to improve validation in methods like delete contact, update contact, and get contact. And next would be contact test Java. This file tests the contact object and check valid contact creation, invalid contact IDs, phone numbers with leading zero, setter methods, invalid setter values, address streaming, boundary lengths, and non-numeric phone numbers. This is another strength of the project because the tests already cover many of important validation rules. Contact service test .java. This file tests contact service class. It includes tests for adding contacts, rejecting duplicate contacts, deleting contacts, updating contact details, and handling missing contacts. For my enhancement, I plan to add more tests focused on edge cases. Example include adding a null contact, deleting with null contact ID, deleting with a blank contact ID, updating with a blank contact ID, and getting a contact ID with invalid input. The planned enhancement flow is first the service receive a contact or contact ID. Next, the service checks whether the contact or contact ID is null or blank. And if the input is invalid, the service throws a clear illegal argument exception. If the input is valid, the service checks the hash map. For adding checks whether the contact ID already exists. For updating, deleting, or retrieving, it checks whether the contact ID exists. If the contact exists, the service platform uh, the service platform performs the requested action. So if the contact does not exist, the service returns a clear exception message. After that, I will add JUnit tests to confirm these cases work correctly. The yeah, this enhancement fits the algorithm and data structure category because it focuses on how contact data is stored, accessed, updated, and removed. The hash map is a practical data structure for this problem because each contact has a unique ID. So this makes lookup, update, and delete operations more direct than a searching through a list. The trade-off is that a hash map is efficient for ID-based lookup, but it does not automatically keep contacts in sorted order. So for this project, that trade-off is acceptable because the main requirement is to manage contacts by unique ID. I plan to demonstrate Java programming, object-oriented design, data structure, selection, validation, exception handling, defensive programming, and JUnit testing. So this completes my algorithm and data structure review for contact service. Next, I will move on to the Grazioso Salvare dashboard, which I will use for the database category. And okay, for the last one, I'll show the Grazioso Salvare dashboard, database category, for my last artifact from my course CS 340 Advanced Programming Concepts. Um, yeah, so this project was built with Python, MongoDB, Jupyter, and the purpose of this dashboard is to help Gracioso Salvar filter animal shelter data and identify dogs that may be good candidates for search and rescue training. Notebook connects to MongoDB through a separate Python CRUD module. The database records are pulled into Pandas data frame, then displayed in the dashboard. The dashboard includes a logo, title, rescue, category, radio buttons, data table, breed, distribution chart, geolocation maps. And this gives the user a visual way to work with database records instead of reading raw data. Um, the, the update dashboard callback handles the main database filtering, and when the user select all dogs, water rescue, mountain or wilderness rescue, or disaster or tracking, the dashboard builds a MongoDB query and send it to the CRUD module, and the results update the data table. And update graphs and callbacks updates the breed distribution chart based on the filtered data. The map callback updates the location marker based on the selected animal in the table. This helps turn database records into useful information for decision making. I'll show you the rest of the code. This is the geolocation chart. I probably need to remove all those fix me comments. I just left them for me to remember. Anyway, this is the uh, Python code. This part contains reusable database logic. The animal shelter class connects to MongoDB database and animal collections. This is a strength because database logic is separated from the dashboard code. Um, the CRUD module includes create and read, update, and delete methods. These methods support database operation and make the database code reusable. For my code analysis, one strength is the separation of concerns. Notebook handles the dashboard and user interaction while the CRUD module handles MongoDB operation. One area improvement is credential handling. The username and password are currently written directly in the notebook, and I want to move those values to environment variables and another safer configuration method. Another area for improvement is error handling. The CRUD module catches exceptions and print errors, but I want a cleaner and more consistent error handling so the dashboard respond safely if a database operation fails. I also want to improve query validation. The dashboard should only allow expected filter values. If an invalid filter value is received, the dashboard should return safe, empty results instead of building an unexpected query. My planned enhancement is to improve the database layer by strengthening credential security, query validation, CRUD error handling, and documentation. The planned flow is the dashboard starts and loads database settings. Database credentials are read from environment variables or a safer configuration source. The user selects a rescue filter. The filter value is validated, then MongoDB query is built. Query is sent to the CRUD module. The dashboard updates table, chart, and map. If no records are found or a database error occurs, the database handles it safely. This enhancement fit the database category because it improves how the application connects to MongoDB, validates database queries, handles errors, and also presents data to the user. The skills I plan to demonstrate are MongoDB integration, Python query design, query building, dashboard filtering, database error handling, credential security, and documentation. So after this completes my database review for the Grazioso Salvari dashboard. Overall, my three artifacts support my CS499E portfolio plan. Lastly, so the travel getaways for software design and engineering, contact service for algorithms and data structure, and the Gracioso Safari dashboard for database. Thank you.